Jesus says, "Many who say they love me have made themselves enemies of the cross." November 5th, 2022. Words from Jesus through Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. The Lord bless you, dear Heartdwellers, with peace and discernment. Jesus began, "My love, grace is indeed being distributed to my saints for their enemies. Many say they love me, but have made themselves enemies of the cross. Suffering is a foreign concept to them, even though my life was full of it. Still they are seeking their ease and prosperity. Western culture has replaced the culture of the cross. Now life is all about who can accumulate the most power and money, who can be acclaimed as the most beautiful, who can live in the greatest luxury with garages full of sports cars, while their ancestors in countries around the world suffer stifling poverty." The cross means nothing to the contemporary Western Church that sees itself as the harbinger of wealth and prosperity. This is another reason for this war. Doctrine has been turned upside down and lies prevail. This is why the Church is an easy target for the Antichrist. All have drawn together, despising poverty and lusting after worldly goods. Well, they are about to see how far this twisted concept of holiness takes them. My people, where did you get the concept of prosperity ruling in this world from? Certainly not from my life. Those in the Bible that people looked up to were corrupted to the core, murdering infants, enslaving even the elderly, extracting their livelihoods for their opulence. And you admire and emulate these. I made it so very clear in my Gospels that those who coveted worldly honors, money, and power would die a wretched death, with worms feeding on their luxuries and eating away at their brains. And yet you follow their example of oppressing the poor, the widow, and the alien, and keeping for yourselves the hard-won sustenance and wages that barely covered their needs. The ones I'm looking for to be taken in the rapture are loving, just, and concerned with my concerns, the poor, the oppressed, and the little ones. They are busy attending to their needs as much as is humanly possible. They care nothing for the trappings of luxury and status symbols others dream of having. Rather, they find it hard to sleep at night if they are forced by circumstances to pass by one needy soul. My church is going to be holy and pure. No longer will clerics lust after ornate trappings and cathedrals. Rather, they will see the poorest beggar walk in the door as their greatest asset. Be not conformed to this age. Do not follow the ways of the powerful, for when I come, the entire system will be topsy-turvy. Lord, all I want to do day and night is sit here and take down your words. I'm so in love with you. And I am in love with you for the very same reasons. Yet you will see the justice in this at the very end. Clare, beloved, poverty will not exist any longer. All will be gloriously provided for, satisfied and happy, and with what they have, and even with what they do not have. Then you will understand, because there will be no such thing as poverty or lack. Oh Lord, that is truly glorious. Yes, it is an end to striving and delirious joy in sufficiency, with an eye to scorning luxury. You cannot even imagine it now, but justice will be so very abundant. It will overtake many with indescribable joy. My dearest, you cannot see or imagine now how much the world has suffered from greedy men and women who mercilessly stole from the poor, leaving them impoverished to the point of starving their children. And here I was thinking of a man who was standing by a telephone pole, putting in some kind of apparatus behind our house. I looked at the man. He did not look like an electrical worker. He looked more like an FBI agent or something. And I just had the very strongest feeling that they were listening in on what goes on in our house, which is fine. I'm hoping it will draw them to the Lord. We do not have guns and we do not condone violence or anything like that. So who knows why he was there? But I wish I could speak to them. I wish I could speak to those working for the beast system, those who bought into lies. Yes, these are the ones listening in, tapping phones, collecting emails and conversations that will someday be used to condemn the innocent. There are two incentives they are trapped in. One is to succeed in the world, the other is to be on a winning team. They have not stopped to consider the injustices practiced against the rights of men and women, to justify a totalitarian government, which has never worked, nor will it ever work. Men and women long for freedom, and no one will ever succeed in taking their free will, which not even I will transgress. O dear children of this world, please look beyond your need for acceptance and success, and examine how these governments end. They always exploit the common man and take more than they give, setting themselves up to siphon off the cream and leave the dregs for others. God does not do that. He rewards those who are honest and truly looks after the cares of the needy. He's calling out to you young ones in your early 30s, working for the elite. He's calling out, asking you to go deeper and see where this oppressive totalitarian government leads to. Time after time after time, it always goes askew. It always preaches sufficiency for everyone. But look at the fruits of every kingdom that has been built on it. It is abject poverty. That was the end of his message. The Lord bless and protect you all.